Hi, Kevin Blanche. I'm going to talk about so-called American companies that are no more American companies. Today, New York Stock Exchange is entertaining taking a bid, NYSE, from a German company, Deutsche. They already own Euronet. They're a globalized company anyway, but I'm going to talk about how and why the great companies of the last 100 years are no more. They're gone. There are no marquee American companies anymore. They got an American name and they play us. They run to us when they're in trouble and they need us. They run to us and when they need a tax break or they need some cheap money from the Fed. So what America has turned into? GM, they're not American. There's not America. The most American company, automaker, is Toyota. They make more cars here. Okay, Budweiser's owned by a German company. So let's take all these so-called Dow 30 companies, S&P 500 companies that are so-called American companies. Here's what we are. The taxpayers, all we are is their banker. That's all we are. And they go to the Treasury window, to the Fed window, and they get money at 0%. Zero. So here we are, and the 0% interest rate is sponsored by the taxpayer. Greenspan, and let's get this correct. Greenspan, Bernanke, the boys that run the Fed, they are not the left. They are Republicans, dug-in Republicans. You better remember that. This is the way I want it. Their supply-side economics. This is what they wanted. This is what they got. So they go to the Fed window. They borrow at 0%. That's what we give them. All these companies. They don't make anything here. They don't sell anything. Very few of them have even any management here. They surely don't employ anyone here. So if they don't like a law in one country, they just go to another country. If they don't like the labor's too cheap, we don't like paying $3 an hour. Oh shit, you're paying 50 cents an hour? I'll show you where you can pay guys 4 cents an hour. Little kids, they work like crazy. You can whip them as they freaking work. You don't even have to feed them. And you can just dump your tailings right into the rivers. Okay, but you need to borrow. Oh, you need money? You need $100 billion to build a new plant in China? Run to the Fed window. Go to the Fed window. They'll loan you all you want at 0% interest rate. That's what NAFTA did. That is exactly what NAFTA did. And I hear all these economists talk over and over and over in the short little nuances and the short little teeny, graph this, graph that. They're all a bunch of theorists. None of them have practiced anything. None of them ever worked a day in their freaking lives. And it's sickening to think that that's what we've turned into. But that's what NAFTA did. North America Free Trade in 1994, when the Republicans swept the House and the Senate, that's exactly what they did. Broke down all barriers. Anybody can do anything they want. Anything can be made anywhere. Anything can be sold anywhere, back and forth. There are absolutely zero tariffs whatsoever. There are no protection laws whatsoever. They wiped them out. The Republican Party did this. This is their platform. This is what they've ran on economically. Free marketplace, free marketplace, free marketplace. So you asked for it. You got it. There are no American companies left. The only one, there is one. I should say one. There is only one company who stood up. Google. Google. That is the only company. The only company. They told China to go fuck themselves. They're the only one. They employ a lot of people here. The rest of these companies, like I said, all we are is their banker. Like I said, the New York Stock Exchange, think about that. Wow. What a landmark, iconic metaphor that is to the end of an era. I love this photograph. This is 1933. I've stood right there many, many, many times. If you walk right in that door right there, that's where the Bible is that George Washington put his hand on. A lot of the presidents did. Trinity Church is right here. The Twin Towers are right here. Battery Park's right here. The Statue of Liberty's right down the road. So you want free marketplace? Free marketplace, pure capitalism. Pure capitalism allows you to employ anybody. There's no minimum wages around the world. There's no pollution laws around the world. And you can run to Walmart, you can buy your cheap tires, you can buy your cheap food, and your cheap stuff that's just going to kill you. So your tires will blow out. The food you can have your freaking arsenic-laced toothpaste. You can have your lead-based freaking toys the kids are licking. That's what the freaking right wanted. That's what the Republican Party wanted. That's what they got. 30 years of this. 30 years of this NAFTA. North America Free Trade Agreement, when it broke down protectionism, which we had in this country from the 1930s till 1994. That's the way you want it. That's the way you get it. Kevin Blanche. Blanche Schwartz. There are no American companies left. Budweiser's in freaking Germany. So is the New York Stock Exchange. New York, Germany. New York, Germany.